Hiya, mi gente. Welcome to the Spanglish Cafe Music Podcast. I am your host, JC Colon.
And Alita Hernandez. Join us every Wednesday at 7 p.m. chatting about the music industry with artists from around the world.
Ya tú sabes, sintonicen. Azota.
Welcome back to Spanglish Cafe Music Podcast. I'm your host, Alita Hernandez, and
JC Colon.
And we are here back again with some new artists. We got Charlie Rock and we got Giggles in the house. We're talking about freestyle today. Does anybody know what freestyle is? We'll tell you. How you guys doing today?
Doing good.
Yeah?
Good, we're good.
So we kind of ran into each other again. You got some new music. So tell us about the new music you're working on.
It's called Lucky Girl, Lucky Guy. It was written and produced by Mr. Charlie Rock. And it's creating a buzz right now, getting a lot of support from the fans and the DJs. So there's a little history behind that. So I don't know if you wanna.
I'll let you.
You let me? Okay.
He'll jump in soon.
I just like to brag about my brother, producer, manager. So Lucky Girl, Lucky Guy is the follow-up to Dream Boy, Dream Girl by Johnny and Cynthia. And Dream Boy, Dream Girl was produced and written by Charlie Rock. So he did a follow-up to it.
Ah, see?
I want to ask Charlie. Charlie, this is not something that you just began doing the other day, right? How many years in the industry?
Oh wow, we go way back. But I started writing, man, years ago. But one of my first hits, believe it or not, back in the '90s, I did. I wrote for not only for Giggles, but I wrote for Cynthia. I wrote for Naija. I created a group called Face. We had a song called Forever Yours, Happy Days, and so I've been around the block.
Been busy,
around the block.
New York.
I mean, and there were songs that hit the charts, top of the charts
Oh, yeah,
too.
yeah,
They were
yeah.
big chart hits too. So
He won a Grammy
there we go.
for What Goes
one?
Around Comes Around.
Oh, yeah?
In Japan, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Grammy winner. Look at that.
I've seen it. I saw it with my own eyes. Yes.
So now you're traveling back and forth to New York, or from Florida to New York.
Yeah, back and forth. Also Puerto Rico. So I'm going back and forth. But right now we're promoting the remix to Lucky Girl, Lucky Guy. Shout out to the Club Jumpers for doing a great job there. And I mean, it's catching fire, man. Everybody's talking about it. So we're excited because she's getting a lot of gigs, and yeah, we're pushing that right now. But she already has like a whole album on deck. We got.
What about elaborating on other productions that you've done, like R&B? I know I've seen it on social media throughout the years. I've seen Charlie Rock doing R&B.
Yeah. I'm
Boys
doing
to Men and all that stuff.
Right.
I've seen you doing those kind of things.
I did like a major concert called the R&B Love Fest, which had Keith Sweat, BBD, and all these major acts.
It was really
Elder
awesome.
Barge. I mean, that was amazing.
That's music that we grew up with. The Barge. Wow.
So I also have a booking agency called Talent Circle Agency, which I book major acts. So that's what I do as well. And I'm just an entrepreneur, man. I do it all.
That's it. You got, and these days you got to do it all.
Living life, making money.
Yeah.
That's what you can do, right?
I just been blessed, man. I give credit to my Lord Jesus Christ because He's the one that blessed me with talent. I mean, I can write songs and it takes me 15 minutes. So
Well, I'm sure with all the blessings, there were hard struggles as well.
Oh, absolutely, it wasn't easy. You gotta work hard, to get to where you want to get to. It's not easy, but everybody goes through their struggles. But it's how strong you are, what I mean?
Right.
And you
Makes
keep
you
it going.
stronger,
You can't give up. You know what I'm saying?
There's so many sharks out there in the industry that don't want to see you succeed.
Oh, there's a lot of haters.
I go through the same
Yeah,
thing.
right.
Let me get comfortable.
I mean, it's the way it is. And, if you just stay focused on what you're gonna do, trust me, they can say whatever they want to say, but hey, you're right there. You finish your goal.
I just let my work speak for itself. Man.
Exactly.
They talk, and I just move silence.
Exactly.
They don't know what's coming.
Let the music speak.
Exactly.
Hey, I got a Grammy. My music's on I turn the radio on. There it is. So
Yeah.
I don't have to say anything else, right?
Those checks are still coming, right, Charlie?
Exactly.
And look at that, and I mean, we're not young, you know. There's no, we're not gonna say any age.
In our
or
heart,
anything
in
like
our
that.
heart.
But
Excuse me,
Wait a
Mr.
minute.
No,
McGuire,
we've been
I'm
around for a
Excuse
while.
me.
Molly's
Who's
been-
not young?
Let
me remove my
Se
reading
va para high,
glasses.
se va para high,
Let
ya.
me take away
Ya
my
salió
reading glasses
boricua.
because it's gonna
We're,
get
we're like we're young and we you know and we've been around and it's good to see artists you know that I've seen I saw 20 years ago,
Absolutely.
25 years ago,
Yeah.
and they still kicking butt.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
you know, that I feel proud about that, especially
Yeah.
Marla. I know Marla for over 10 years already,
Yeah.
12 years,
Yeah.
and she's always been in there. And I know Charlie Rock and her are very solid in a lot of projects that they do. So there's always something cooking up with these
Yeah.
two, you know.
Yeah.
And you just got to look into the, you know, go into all your freestyle, you know, all the freestyle pages in Facebook, Instagram. Look, they post things all around. So, you know, you just got to keep yourself updated.
Well, tell them about the club tour. Go ahead.
Oh.
Yeah, you got a
something
tour
interesting.
going on.
So, we're ready to launch. We're working on a 20-city Lucky Girl, Lucky Guy freestyle club tour.
Nice.
Can we explain a little bit about what
Well, we're gonna hit up 20 cities
20 cities, look at that.
around the
On the pod
USA
and do the
That's
show.
awesome.
and
That's
Florida, all over. And yeah, we're promoting the remix to Lucky Girl, Lucky Guy.
And there'll be other artists. you
Yeah,
know.
we're gonna.
Right.
Yeah, there's gonna be other artists involved.
So you already got all this hooked up.
We'll put it. Yeah,
We're putting it together now.
together. We
That's
can put it
amazing.
together.
That's
So
awesome.
it should be launching sometime.
That's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's great to hear the music. I mean, if people don't know what freestyle is you have to look it up. Of all the artists that have been out there for so long, Noel, Johnny O, which of course you know we talked about, Cynthia, Goro. I mean, it's just go on and on.
Yeah.
Judy Torres,
I remember
TKA.
the last concert, right? The last concert was here in the Miramar
we went.
Amphitheater.
We saw
Yeah.
TKA.
You
It was
guys
the
were there,
first time that they
remember?
were all there. The original TKA,
Yeah.
which was awesome. And Judy Torres was there. Who else was here? Cynthia.
Which one, for the amphitheater?
Yeah,
These two
Noel.
guys were here. You
Yeah.
remember?
Yes, I know. Giggles was here
Giggles?
too. Yeah.
He was there. Charlie Rock was there. I had a great time that day.
Oh,
Yeah,
I had a
it was
blast.
awesome day.
Yeah.
You feel like you're 16 again.
Yeah. Take
And-
it back.
It never gets old.
No, because see, I don't know. It depends on who's watching this, but if you're in your 40s, 50s, okay, you'll understand what we're talking about. Our generation grew up with no cell phones. Okay, we had one phone in the house. Okay, with a very long cord because you had to extend it from the kitchen all the way to the hallway so Grandma couldn't hear you talking.
The fire escape.
The fire escape too. Oh, because the fire escape was right in our kitchen
Right
in New
there.
York too.
Yeah, yeah.
So Grandma like, why are you on the fire escape? Leave me alone. I'm trying to make a phone call. She's like, who are you talking to,
There was
right?
no laptop, no social
No,
media.
big yellow phone, and it was rotary. I remember
yeah.
the rotary phone in my grandma's house, and every phone number had a 9 in
Couldn't
it.
mess up on that
Yeah.
Every single time you go, I gotta do it again. After you're like on the 7, 6, 5 to 5 number. Oh, now
Yeah.
I gotta get 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9.
One of the cool things about
Yeah.
growing up in New York was in the summer when we used to open up the fire hydrant.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody was with
Yeah.
the kids.
Did you ever make
That
a
was
bed
fun.
on the fire escape? Put
Oh,
colchón.
yeah. Oh,
you put
yeah.
your-
Oh,
God,
yeah.
That's why people used to
You're
hang out.
going way,
Yeah.
way
We're going
back.
way back. When we were
That's way
kids
back.
growing
But
up
the
in New
point that
York.
we're all young in heart. You know,
Exactly.
And you
But
know,
when I was-
I know the styles, right? Remember
See-
the styles with the Adidas, the
Oh,
Lee
yeah.
jeans.
Pumas.
Well,
See, the
that-
thing is
Everything.
that
Look,
the-
I'm wearing Puma. See, I haven't
Huh?
changed. Look at that. Puma guy,
See,
I
this
haven't changed.
generation, they missed out on all the things that we
Yeah.
enjoyed. The 80s. Oh,
Yeah.
You think,
That was it.
You think some of the parents that love freestyle and everything, sometimes it's up to them to like pass
Yeah.
it into their
Absolutely.
generation
I've
to the
seen
kids.
it.
So a lot of parents don't like push it into the kids.
I've seen that happen because I was hired to do a 316.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
the girl wanted me to perform.
Yeah,
I was
true.
like, a 16-year-old? Are
Yeah,
you
we do
serious?
Wow.
private events too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So we do private events, guys, weddings. Especially
Weddings.
Lucky Girl, Lucky Guy is a wedding song.
Song, yeah, it is.
Look at the
You'll see it
video,
later. Yeah.
go on YouTube and check it out. So
Birthdays as
yeah,
well.
for birthdays.
As a matter of fact, we're gonna take a quick break, right? And we're gonna play the video right now for you. Okay? You want to introduce it, Marla?
So guys, here's Lucky Girl, Lucky Guy by yours truly, Giggles and Charlie Rock.
I'm just a girl.
again. My heart belongs to you. I'm so madly in love, it's true.
Baby, baby, I love you too. I'm a lucky girl to have a man like you. Man like you. The way you love me and the things that you do.
And I'm a lucky guy to have you in my life. I love the way you kiss me, you caress me just right.
I'm a lucky girl, he never did me wrong. Never did me wrong. For sure, this is where my heart belongs.
And I'm a lucky guy, baby, I won't lie. Your body rocks from head to toes, you are so fine.
I'm so in love. A wonderful man he is. I'm assured every day that I'm all his. And now I know how true love feels. You're a gift from above, baby, I'm for real.
My soulmate, yeah, baby, that's what you are. My heart skips a beat every time you call. And I will love you forevermore.
Baby, baby, I'm all yours. I'm a lucky girl to have a man like you. Man like you. The way you love me and the things that you do.
And I'm a lucky guy to have you in my life. I love the way you kiss me, you caress me just right.
I'm a lucky girl, he never did me wrong. Never did me wrong. For sure, this is where my heart belongs.
And I'm a lucky guy, baby, I won't lie. Your body rocks from head to toes, you are so fine.
Since I've been with you, you make my every dream come true.
And I will never leave your side. I will love you to the end of time. I love you, baby.
I love you more. I'm a lucky girl to have a man like you. Man like you. The way you love me and the things that you do.
And I'm a lucky guy to have you in my life. I love the way you kiss me, you caress me just right.
Girl, he never did me wrong. Never did me wrong. For sure, this is where my heart belongs.
And I'm a lucky guy, baby, I won't lie. Your body rocks from head to toes, you are so fine.
Living me all that I've ever dreamed. I'm a lucky girl.
Lucky guy.
Hi everybody, we're back. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's all awesome of the remix of Lucky Girl, Lucky Guy.
Tremendo, tremendo. I'm going to talk Spanglish, right? So lo voy a decir en español también, ¿ok? Porque muchos de los puertorriqueños de New York that live here in Florida, todos nos criamos con freestyle, ¿ok? So,
Yeah.
you guys, you know the language, ¿ok?
It's a boricua.
¿Y cómo se dice lucky girl, lucky guy en español?
Bueno, lucky quiere decir,
Suerte.
Con suerte.
Mujer de suerte,
No,
hombre
chica
de
con
suerte.
suerte,
Chica con
chico con suerte.
Chico con suerte.
Y se juntaron y ya tú sabes.
I'm still interested in how you guys met. How you guys were like kids, right?
Wow, New York.
'Cause
I
know
used
you
to go
guys-
to his shows.
So look at that, you guys been together for
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
Years, yeah.
I mean, I know Marla for
years.
what, 12, 15, so they
More than
Charlie
30
know,
years,
like,
yeah.
más que eso.
Sí.
Yeah. We've been
I remember
around,
Charlie.
man.
Charlie used to wear that bandana.
Yeah.
The
I mean,
Rambo
I
bandana.
wrote and produced a song that I sung. It was on
Yeah.
Micmac Records called "Missing You,"
Mhm.
which did well, and
That's Mickey Garcia?
yeah,
Micmac?
Mickey Garcia, Micmac.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
And it did well. I was performing in Miami. I mean, it was so much fun. But and then I got behind the scenes, and I said, you know what? Let me just write and produce some stuff, and I put the performance on the side until we started working together. So I'm like the hype man and all that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there's always a question that everybody asks me, because, you know, freestyle is freestyle, right? But people ask me, I want you to explain to me this. What's freestyle from Miami and what's freestyle from New York? What is the difference? Because they say, oh, the Miami freestylers sing this way and the New York freestylers sing a
I
certain
don't
way.
even know.
I mean, I really never noticed it. Is it in the lyrics? Or?
I think not only that. I think it's in the music too,
The
man.
sound.
I
The style of
think-
the
I think
music.
the style is totally different. You know,
Yeah.
we got that old school, that sound that generated from the Bronx.
Okay.
You know,
It's
that
in New
the
York.
Bronx.
It's in New York. It's in
Yeah.
New
And
York.
as,
So
a
me-
and as a DJ, all these songs gotta have that beat that you can mix them
It
into.
was 130 beats per minute, so that's the sound from New York, and kind of Miami slows it down, like "Sending All My Love." You know, remember that
Right.
song? It's more like a
Yeah.
slower pace.
Oh,
You
okay.
So
know,
that's the difference.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I always hear that in the freestyle community.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
no, I'm from Miami. I like the Miami freestyle. I'm like,
Yeah, it's
What's
just
the
more
difference
slower
with
pace.
I like
you
New
know,
York.
I'm on New York.
Yes.
That's all I
So-
know.
Mm-hmm.
man, you just gotta put the music in our dance.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Exactly. Who doesn't? That's. I always say that's happy music.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When my kids were little, every Friday I had a disco ball in my living room. So every Friday I moved the coffee table over, put the lights on. My son Christian would always say, "Mommy, put the lights on." Put
That's
the
my
phone-"
son's name.
Christian.
Yeah.
Christian, yeah.
Yeah, he's 23.
That's
My
right.
son's 23, and we would just dance. We just
right,
dance. So
right.
he
Remember
knows I like
Tokyo
my
Blue?
disco.
Oh
Tokyo
my
Blue
God,
for his birthday.
I love that
You know, I
little
never
guy.
went
birthday.
A few times, yeah, a few times.
I never
yeah.
went there.
I love
I
it.
just
She
love-
never knew about Tokyo Blue. Or-
No, I did,
You
but
did, but you
I
never
was
went there.
I was
But
going.
there was so
I was
many
doing other
great
things.
clubs out
yeah.
here. You know.
Yeah.
When we start talking about clubs like Hot Wheels and all that, I mean,
That's down in Miami.
oh
Right?
yeah, I mean back in the days, there's so many good clubs, you know, freestyle clubs.
A couple of
Yeah.
promoters brought Hot Wheels not too long ago, a couple of years ago.
Okay.
They had a big concert over there.
Well,
I don't know if you was in that one.
So
Have
you know, it's come a long way. We went from clubs, we started doing like festivals, and all of a sudden now freestyle's doing arenas, packing them in.
Yes.
Yeah.
So everyone that's saying freestyle is dead, man. Come
No,
on.
it's not.
It's not.
Never.
I mean, you know what it is? Let me tell you what the problem
Never,
is. And I'm
never.
going to explain it because in salsa happens the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's a group of people, of us, right? Let's say in the salsa world, and I'm saying it to both genres.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? When people are used to listening to the same songs and the same songs, so that's all they listen.
Right.
But if that same artist comes out with a new song, like they say in freestyle, right? Giggles been around for a long time. She comes with a new song. So what's the difference with Love Letter that everybody burns that song?
Right.
Everybody plays that song. I love that song. But what's up with the new Giggle stuff? That's where I go and I say, the same way you support that, it's the same artist. So she came out with a new song. Let's make that song,
Exactly.
Right.
you know, climb up.
But this is I'm sorry to interrupt you. This is how we had the conversation with Mike in our first episode that we talked about how the radio stations
How
and the
they how they
media
control everything.
that it's called controlled.
Right.
So right now it's like you want to hear her song on the radio. Yeah, most of the time on the radio you have to pay.
Right.
You want promotion? It's
People
so
want-
thousands of dollars a month,
Yeah.
and then they play your song, and people don't know that, but everything is paid for. There's a monopoly in the Miami radio. You will every station
Yeah.
you put on, they'll have the same song in each one because they're all owned by the same company. And that happens too in New York. So you have different music playing in New York, different music playing here because of the control of the city. And it's really sad. So only platforms like us and other podcasts and other, social media is the only way to like really blow up, because we talked about also how before it was
The old
tangible.
school.
When you produced a record, you actually had an LP in your hand.
Right.
You had a record. I couldn't wait for Friday, right?
The
We'd
Wiz.
go to the Wiz, man.
Wow.
Crazy
Yeah.
Eddie. Remember Crazy
Crazy
Eddie?
Eddie.
Crazy Eddie,
Wait.
pretty good.
Fordham Road.
Oh my
So
God.
Charlie, you've done very heavy productions, very big productions. How was it back in the days? Like, let's say, let's mention some names out there, like big names, TKA, Judy Torres.
Yeah.
So these people had a record label, right? So the people.
Well, the artists didn't have the record
No.
label.
Right.
Most of them were signed to a label, like TK was with Tommy Boy. Judy was with I think it was
Next
Next
Plateau.
Plateau, and then Mick Mac and Mickey and Elvin produced her songs for Next Plateau.
So these companies like Tommy Boy that that TKA was with this, so they invest money on these groups.
yes.
And do they get paid up front, or do they have to tour?
No. Usually,
how does it work?
back then, you used to get upfront money for you go in, you get a budget, you go to the studio, and they give you an advance.
Okay.
You know, and things like that. And then, of course, there's the whole points things and everything. But the artist normally makes their money through shows.
Correct.
You know, the label, everybody knows, man. Label robs you when it comes to publishing. And back then, you had to give up 50% of your publishing, you know, which is crazy. And then the point system is ridiculous. You're making like a quarter or 50. I mean, it's hardly.
I think the only advances that I saw about that, they used to get advances, but then all those producers used to have shows, tours already set up for them. So
right. The marketing, the marketing was included.
It was included.
Yeah.
These days, new salsa artists, new freestyle artists, they got to do their own thing. They got to go into their own pocket. They got to do their own market. I mean, they got to wear all hats.
Because
but
of
it's
the
all
internet.
about the mighty dollar.
It's all
It all
because
comes
since
into
the
mighty
internet
dollar.
came, we grew up in an era that we didn't have that. So everything was word of mouth. Everything with the DJs were the gods, right?
They had the record pool.
Remember back, but remember back in the day, the DJs were it.
Yeah.
You were like, oh, I hope the DJ plays my song today, right?
Yeah,
And everybody's, can you please play my song, please? Because you haven't heard it all week on the radio. You don't have the LP. You don't have any money to buy it, and you're waiting.
I was one of those that went. I was one of those that I used to listen to the radio on the Fridays, and when they had the freestyle mix,
Yeah.
I would record.
Yeah, I know.
I would record the tape, and then they used to come out.
You just gave
99,
away.
and I'm like, no.
You just gave away your age.
Hey, that's okay. I don't look like it. I don't feel like it. Thank
We were
God.
talking about that because I still have some cassettes that I saved. And I said, I'm not going to throw them out because they were mixes. And I have Paco K2U on it.
Oh, wow.
Because remember, he used to, the whole time always upset me, right in the middle of the best
I know,
song.
and I had to
and you
cut,
were like jamming.
And then I used
this
to have
is
to
Paco.
pause it,
Yeah.
rewind it a little bit, and then start again
Right,
in the mix.
the
I
splicing.
don't want nobody interfering, no voices. And then the guys in the blog, you said, I did that tape last night. I mixed that
I did
tape
my
last
own
night.
jam, right? You create your own jam. I'm mixing on the cassette. Stop, pause. But those were fun days, you know. We talk about music because music is fun. You need music in your life. And it's great to hear, you know, new freestyle.
Yeah.
Like, because it's not dead. And I love it. And
it's platforms like this, you know.
Yeah.
You gotta
That's
keep on
important,
pushing. You
know
gotta
what
keep
I'm
on
saying?
pushing.
Like, to bring artists in and talk about it.
Right.
And let the crowd out there, or the people, or the fans aware of what we're doing, you know?
yeah, definitely. And
See,
you
there's
gotta-
a second episode. Last week, episode 1 was salsa. Look at that. So episode 2, freestyle. Okay, so we mixed it up, folks. Lo estamos mezclando, okay? No sé qué.
And the Giggles, of course, she has. You want to tell about what else she do besides singing?
She's an entrepreneur.
She's not only an
She
artist,
has
you
her own
know.
brand, own lip
Oh, I
brand.
don't like
Oh,
to
your
brag.
lipstick.
Well, I want you to brag. Come
Okay.
on. Let your friends
Well,
hear.
3 years ago, I launched my own makeup line, and the products are vegan. I wanted to make sure that no one was excluded because I have some clients that are vegan or Jewish, and so my products don't have any animal products. It's doing very well. I am expanding where I'm gonna go into skincare. And if you want a lippy and you want to try it, hit me up on social media. So you can find me on Facebook under Giggles, or on Instagram under Freestyle Giggles. Also on TikTok, Freestyle Giggles. Besides that, I have a career for the past going on 24 years. I do mortgages, and I work for a big company that's second largest in the U.S., and we service all 50 states, including Puerto Rico. So, so if
you need a house,
hit me up. That
right.
way you can say Giggles did my mortgage.
you have a certain perimeter, all Florida states, out of
All
Florida.
50 states.
All 50
All 50
states.
states.
Yeah.
Hasta en
So-
Puerto Rico, ¿viste?
Yeah.
Hasta en
So
Puerto
I've
Rico.
done loans for DJs. I mean, I could say it because he advertised as a DJ racer. I did his loan and he's in California. I refinanced his loan. He's super happy. So I get like referrals, like DJs,
Hey,
fans.
Messi's looking for a
you know.
house, you know.
So
Yeah,
Leo
look at Messi.
Lion-
He just
Messi, the soccer player.
soccer player.
Oh,
He's
pues
Wait,
mándala
right
para
here.
acá. Mándala para
Pero
acá.
manda-
I help him.
Hey, Messi.
Messi, ya
Right
tú sabes.
here. Call Giggles. You're
Oh,
going
I
to
see
your
that.
mortgage.
Yes. Family discount.
He's a big soccer player from Argentina.
Oh, pues Messi.
So he just got hired the Inter Miami Soccer League
I heard of
by
Messi,
David Beckham.
yes.
So the stadium is actually
Oh yeah.
down the street from here.
Isn't it the Pink Stadium?
Yeah, it's right
Yeah,
here.
DMV.
It's
Yeah,
right
yeah,
the
yeah.
street. Yeah, it's right down the street from
Ah,
here.
pues
From
me
our
llama
studio.
Messi. I got
So I heard he was looking around
What
Boca
about you,
and all
Charlie?
that
All you
stuff.
do, this is all you do, music?
No,
You know who
listen,
called me?
I
So funny.
Yeah.
When I was working at a Bank of America, I worked there for 10 years. I get a phone call, and this man tells me, you were highly recommended by a realtor in Miami. I was like, oh, thank you, you know. So I said, this is what I need. Please send me an email, and I'll be more than happy to help you. Fine. I get the email. At the time, it was a CEO of the Miami Dolphins.
Oh.
I got that email. I went running to my manager and said, oh my God, look, the CEO of the Dolphins wanted me to do his mortgage.
That's
Wow.
amazing. I mean, that's
Yes.
awesome.
To me, that's I'm
Yeah.
like, wow.
Yeah,
That was
how
pretty
do you hear
cool.
about
Yeah.
me?
What about you, Charlie? You do anything
What
else?
about-
Are you jack of all trades,
Oh, wait.
or it's just the music?
Wait, I just found out a fun fact about Charlie. You know what? Charlie is a guy that I don't know Charlie 100%, even though I know him for many, many years. I just found out that when Mr. Charlie started his career, you know who used to manage him? Do you know who used to manage
No.
Charlie?
That's a fun fact.
No.
Nobody knows.
I found out. I was like, what? Ken from Barbie, the real Ken, because you know Barbie is a real person.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Barbie is a lady named Barbara, and Ken is her brother. Okay?
Really? I didn't know
So
that.
Ken used to manage Charlie Rock
Yeah, when I started, yeah.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
when he started.
Oh, you're like 14?
Yeah, I was, yeah,
He was
yeah,
really young,
14,
yeah.
15,
I was
yeah.
like, what? And I'm a big Barbie.
Yeah.
I love Barbie. I have
You
a
guys see the
big.
movie?
I haven't.
You haven't seen the
No.
movie?
But
I don't know.
I don't know if it was. Is it worth?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I saw some another
Listen.
movies.
One movie you
before.
definitely
Yeah.
got to check out, The Sound of Freedom.
The
That
Sound
I-
of
Yes,
Freedom,
that I recommend.
definitely.
That I
Sound of
definitely
Freedom.
recommend.
Very
Definitely.
important
I
to
saw
see
it.
that.
I think the next day after it came out.
Yes,
But I'm
we
a
did
huge.
too.
I'm a huge Barbie collector. I have a
Wow.
big collection of Barbies. Yes, I love them. So that's what I found out about Mr. Charlie Rock. I was like, Charlie.
You're
Yeah.
gonna have to dress up as Ken and Barbie
Exactly.
for Halloween.
Oh, look at that. That's a
We're gonna
pretty
get
cool
you a blonde
costume.
wig.
Oh my God! Unos tapones, unos
Spray-
tapones.
Yeah, spray tan him, get him some bell
Let
bottoms.
me ask you guys something. How many artists have you guys been on stage with? Like, I know there's been concerts, and I know
Wow.
most of these freestylers are your friends too. Like,
Right.
some of them
Too
are
many,
right?
Too
Way
many.
to count.
I mean, not only freestyle, but
Yeah,
when
we
we
got
did
other
Madison
genres, too.
Square Garden,
Yeah.
the main act was Gloria Gaynor.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
wow.
I said, look, if I don't ever perform, just the fact that
You
we
were
did
Gloria-
Madison Square
yeah.
Garden,
Are you
That's
kidding
we
amazing.
did Radio City
Radio
twice.
City, yeah.
To me, that's
That's
And
awesome.
that's
Are you
that's a
kidding?
dream.
That's a
an
dream.
accomplishment.
Growing up in
Yeah.
New York,
That's a
that's
great
a dream.
accomplishment. That's
Yes.
a great accomplishment.
to a
because-
sellout concert because they were all sold
Yeah,
out.
we performed with R&B groups. We
Yeah.
performed with like CeCe Peniston, Crystal Waters, like dance acts. Like, you know, we crossed over. So
Yeah,
we've been around.
that's
doing
cool.
You
it.
know, whatever they
Cool.
achieve, they deserve it. You know what I'm saying? People work hard to do their things, you know? People need to understand this. It's not easy, you know, keeping up with
No.
this. Realtor, mom, I mean,
Loan
come
officer.
on.
Loan officer. Not
I mean,
realtor.
come
Loan
on, you
officer.
know. We all work hard. And you know what? DJs, please. All the DJs out there, all those freestyle DJs out there, the only way their music, their new freestyle music that they're producing is going to get, you know, heard. You guys got to
Play them.
support, man.
Yeah.
Play it on your
Yes.
platforms. You know, stick with the old, because I love the old style too, but once in a while,
Throw
throw
in the
in
new.
that new stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, the
Like
old.
Mix it
Lucky
up.
Girl, Lucky Guy remix.
Exactly. Because, you know, we're not getting any younger, so.
Well, that's
I
our
mean-
goal. We're trying to stay younger.
Well,
Yeah,
we're young at heart and we try to stay fit and everything like that, but we can't
Yeah.
stop time. So
That's
I mean, realistically, you know, I mean, I hate to say it, but we've lived longer than we have to live. If you think about it, because of our age.
Yeah.
So you know, I mean, I'm not gonna live to be 125, but unless they come out to some invention that we can be immortal.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if I want to be immortal though.
See, yeah, and I'm gonna mention in a minute. Everything that they've done is they're champions. I have a song titled Quiero Ser Campeón, and that song explains everything that these people do. Everybody's a champion at something.
Yep.
She's a champion at, she's an artist, she's a champion. She's a real estate broker, she's a champion at that. So
A
it's
loan officer.
a loan officer.
I'm the one with the money.
She's the one with dinero. So anyway, the point is, everybody's a champion. Charlie's a champion at what he does. Everybody has a goal. Right? It's not about competing with anybody. I compete with myself.
Exactly.
Yep.
How can I,
Be
be
better.
more brilliant and better myself? you know?
Right.
So,
Right, and how we can collab with other artists to grow, because that's how you grow. You collaborate with other artists, you create new music so that the next generation can carry it over, and hopefully, either the children of artists, if they get into music, or we can try to inspire other younger
Absolutely.
groups. And that's what we try to do. I've always supported the indie artists, being that my mother and my father both are pianists, and they were in the industry since the 60s and the 50s, because my dad was born in 1927, so he was playing back in the day, and he was with the big artists back in New York in the salsa scene. So, I mean, Willie Rosario is 99 years old.
99, can you believe that?
99. My mother's 85. And the other day, my mother had an honor. I was able to get Eddie Palmieri on the phone. And my mother got to talk to him on the phone. I put it up on YouTube. She was talking to him. Ay, Eddie, ¿cómo está? Because my mother knows Eddie.
Yeah.
My father's best friend was Charlie Palmieri, Eddie's brother, who unfortunately died young at a heart attack in his 50s. So I remember that. My father was devastated. But we lived in Manhattan at the time. I was young. I remember Freddie Prinze lived down the street.
Oh, wow.
And then he committed suicide, and my dad was so upset. He knew him. He was a good friend of
Mom's
his.
house was the rehearsal studio.
That was a spot.
Yeah, because we lived like at 157th between Broadway and the river, and Riverside Drive. Riverside Drive, and there was I remember the building was a big apartment building, and we had doormen and we had elevator men.
Wow.
Remember the old elevator? Well, we don't know, but if you live in New York, you had an old elevators. That had this metal thing.
I wasn't that far from you. I was in 134th in Amsterdam. Oh, so you were,
See, New York City, it will never leave us. I live in Florida, but New York is still in me.
Yeah.
Right? They will never leave me.
That's right.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're getting to wrap up soon.
Yeah. I want to say though, we got our websites to order. We got vinyl coming, by the way.
Yeah, I want vinyl.
Lucky Girl, Lucky Guy.
All the information, please.
CharlieRockMusic.com.
GigglesBrand.com.
And the song is out in all the music platforms, iTunes, everything. Get it, man. And the vinyl is coming out soon. So.
Nice.
And anybody, major artists, freestyle, whatever, Talent Circle.
Call Charlie.
TalentCircleAgency.com. That's right. And yeah, man, I want to thank you guys for bringing this here.
You're welcome. And stay tuned. Stay tuned. We're gonna do a show at the Studio 33 because that's where we're at right now. Studio 33 right here behind us. Always available for events. But Freestyle is coming to Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
That's right.
Just to let you know, if you don't know, we are live from Studio 33.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, mi gente.
Nice
So se me cuida mucho. We will see you next Wednesday, okay?
Keep freestyling. Thanks for tuning in to Spanglish Cafe Music Podcast. We'll see you next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Same channel.
Ya tú sabes, mi gente, sintonicen todos los miércoles desde las 7 de la noche. ¡Nos fuimos!